Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, it's your partner Archibald Chesterfield III, and today I'm doing paid review 21QB59. This is for Mike, aka Mike the Snake. And today, before we do this paid review, what am I wearing? I'm wearing a no, I'm not wearing Rolex. I'm wearing Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon with a Theo and Harris strap. Absolutely love this blue Quint. It's called the Quint. It's got a brown caramel undersized, and just it's absolutely, this is quality strap. I gotta tell you, I love my Aaron Bespoke. This is a different style of strap, but long lasting. Let me tell you this, they long last and they don't fall to bits. They just get a patina and you just keep using them. Okay, here we go here. Here we go. Hi Arch, as you know, I love watches. I love Rolex, and I basically own an unworn, why unworn, 2020 James Cameron Deep Sea Dweller. However, I am absolutely in love with the Vacheron 4500V/110A B128, the latest version of their blue dial divers watches with bracelet. Price is up there, though Rolex is now becoming a company I can't own because their prices have gone through the roof without the watches improving or doing anything but being wanted by everyone. I have an unworn new Man on the Moon and an unworn blue Tudor Pelagos. I am thinking about trying to trade my entire collection and possibly some cash on top to get the Vacheron that I am truly in love with. What do you think? Should I keep my collection and start wearing them and save 30 grand? Or should I attempt to get the Vacheron by trading my collection off? I can always get the Man on the Moon and Tudor again, as they are affordable, and these days couldn't care less about Rolex, although I do care about Rolex. Laugh out loud. If I'm going to spend 20 to 30,000 on a watch, though, it'll be a Vacheron. He sent me a bit of money. I should be spending on rent, but your advice and entertainment is well worth the sacrifice. I will, of course, send more money here and there shortly when I get my paycheck. Thanks for everything, Mike, aka Mike the Snake. And Mike the Snake, very, very sad story. He had a Pantera, a De Tomaso Pantera, was lost in a tragedy, the California fires. So he is rebuilding. Mike. I love you. I love you so much, but Mike, please. Okie dokie. I gotta be totally honest with you, Mike. This is a bit of a concern here. I'm not completely convinced Vacheron is that, how do I put it? I'm not convinced it's that great. Why do I say that? I will tell you why. Because what happens with Vacheron is, I'm just going to call this one up just so I know exactly what I am looking at, because I want to know exactly the model you're talking about with me, because I want to know what exactly the madness is here. The blue three-hander. Okay. So Mike. I've got to be honest with you. We've got a three-piece combo. We've got a James Cameron. That was the biggest, meanest Rolex ever. The biggest, meanest Rolex ever made. You've got a Man on the Moon, which I got to tell you, these are getting more expensive. They're getting more expensive. I don't know which one you have. See, these ones here, this is the 1861. I would be hanging on to a 1861. And you've also got a Tudor Pelagos. I got to be totally honest with you. I think you got a really nice three-piece combo. Three-piece combo meal deal. I think it's a good combo. Would I be trading this for the Vacheron? You know, Mike, I've got to be totally honest with you. Why is your shit unworn, man? You survived the fires. Man, you got to realize life is for living, man. Don't savor the days. Don't savor the days for when tomorrow never comes. You got to start wearing them now. I got to be totally honest with you. If it was presented to me, a brand new Vacheron or a Deep Sea, a Speedy, and a Pelagos, you know what? I would take the three-piece combo deal. Let me tell you, yes, the Vacheron is beautiful, but it ain't that special. For starters, in the top echelon brand, it's Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe, Patek Philippe, Patek Philippe. Vacheron, the overseas, if you look back on the history, it started life as the 222, then it became the Phoebus, then it became the overseas. And I got to tell you, when it was the 222, it was bloody ugly. When it was the Phoebus, it was bloody ugly. And now, yes, I admit the new model is amazing, but you know what? Get the Gen 2. I was offered a Gen 2 white dial naked. So that means just the watch. I'm a fat guy. It had a big bracelet. It would fit me. I was offered it for 9,000 Aussie dollars. Aussie, that's correct. I was offered a Vacheron for 9,000 bucks. So I got to say this to you. No. I think the Gen 2 has the nicer dial. I think that is absolutely just the look, seriously, Gen 3, man, they've gone crazy. What's happened is the silly buyers in Asia think this is an alternative to the Nautilus. And I got to tell you, the Vacheron was unloved. Nobody wanted them. Nobody seriously wanted them. Now they've become so expensive. Stick to what you got. A Rolex dive watch, I reckon that's better. The Omega and the Pelagos, oh man, you were so far out of your depth there, man. Why would you trade these in, man? That's dumb. The Vacheron isn't that special. Personally, I'd get a Gen 2. You really want a Vacheron? Get the Gen 2. I prefer the dial on the Gen 2. I actually prefer the bracelet on the Gen 2. And I prefer the non-display back on the Gen 2. Yes, there you go. I said it. So, Mike, don't do that, man. You're not... Look, a Rolex... I know, I've been there myself. I didn't think Rolex was special. Then what happens is, you know what happens? You don't think Rolex is special, then you can't get back into it. You've got a Deep Sea. That's a beautiful Rolex. That's a beautiful Rolex. It's a beautiful Rolex. Just enjoy it, love it, cherish it. Please don't be silly. Please. I'm telling you, please don't be silly. Don't do that. That's a stupid idea. You're going to lose. Trading in is not a good idea. Keep your Rolex, keep your Speedy, and you drive sports cars, man. This Vacheron, it's not in the same league as far as okay, it is a horology piece. I will give you that. Yes, it is. But the Rolex is much more of a dive watch. I wouldn't be taking the Vacheron in water. The Rolex is a proper tool watch. Stick to what you got. The Speedy, the Rolex, and the Pelagos. Man, that is a great three-piece combo. Those are nice, big pieces. Stick to that. I think you'd have to have rocks in your head. Man, the Vacheron was doggy. It was doggy soft. And it's just a shame you think it's so superior. I remember when nobody bloody wanted the Vacheron. They were soft as shit. I turned, I could have got one for 9,000 Aussie, a Gen 2 white dial, which I think, I would have loved to have grabbed that. It was a great piece, but I decided to go for Rolex. I decided to go for Rolex. The Vacheron's a great watch, but man, please stick to what you've got. Beautiful, man, you're so lucky to have those pieces. I don't understand this when Vacheron was dog shit, nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted the overseas. It was such a compromise. Now, because it's hot, everybody's man, it just makes me vomit. Stick to what you got, Mike. That's what I would do. Stick to what you got. If you're going to get a Vacheron, get a Gen 2. Get a Gen 2. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be selling the Rolex or the Omega. Maybe piss off the Tudor and get a Gen 2. That's the bang per buck thing to do. I think you're nuts. Absolutely insane to get the Vacheron does less than nothing for me. When it was bargain priced, yeah, it was cool. But now, man, you're paying massive premium. Why? Why would you seriously do that? Why would you do that? That's what I don't understand. Why would you do that? And yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to sugarcoat it. I wanted to come out and just tell you the brutal truth. Keep what you've got. Okay, guys, I'm your Pontiff. I've made the decision. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments, negative or otherwise. Guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. I really do need these paid reviews. This is how I can survive. It subsidizes the videos. I desperately need more paid reviews. Without paid reviews, it's very tough for me to survive. So I'd really appreciate a paid review. It really helps me no end if you could get a paid review done. Guys, I'm your Pontiff. Love you so much. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget Patreon. Patreon lets you have a relationship with me where I share special bits. So, guys, catch you in the next one. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to introduce a new service to you. ValueYourWatch.com. Proud supporters of ArchieLuxury. No seller's fees, no buyer's fees. That's right, guys. This is a trading platform to buy or sell watches. You can start selling for free. That's right. We advertise our paying subscribers on Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's a global platform. That's right, guys. Get $50 off the annual subscription by applying the coupon Archie when you check in there. But guys, you can try this for free straight away. Guys, you can start listing watches. ValueYourWatch.com. Give it a try and tell me what you guys think of that.
All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Patek's came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.